Yeah, how's it going, guys? It's Richard Unicorn Call here, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, because I sure am not, because last night the Phillies lost against the Yankees, and yeah, it was kind of a crushing defeat. But let's get on to you guys with the news. You guys don't care about baseball. I know you guys have a ton of questions, so watch the video first, and your question might be answered. Let's talk about free membership. Now, today is the last day for the free membership. The questions I'm going to get asked are like, oh, is it going to end in the afternoon or anything like that? No, this is just, the final full day of it. So, tomorrow it will be offline. So, yeah, this is your last time to check out your quest, level up and, maybe help some people out. But yeah, this is the last day for the free membership. And the next question I'll get is, okay, Richard, when's the next free membership? Which, honestly, I don't know, but I'm starting to notice a pattern with the whole free membership thing, because I think around in like the early springtime, they actually did a free membership, and now here we go again in the summertime when they also did another free membership. So far, I think that's like two so far this year, and then I think all the way in the 12 days of the Spiral event, which happens in December, of course, that's when we will get the free membership again. So I'm thinking that around this time or around the years that we could potentially get 3 membership promotions in a year, depending on how KI wants to spend it or spin it. I don't know how generous they're going to be. But it is nice just to see some people quest in the game, especially for those that, never had access to it. So, it is super nice. So, your last day to do it, please make sure you take advantage of that. Same thing with Pirate 101, last day for the Pirate 101 as well. So, over here, it's also the last day for the Membership and Crowns bundle. This is a 6-month Wizard101 membership, plus 8,250 crowns for $59.99. Today is the last day to take advantage of this promotion. And then over here is also the last day for Yuletide in July. So again, make sure you are wrapping things up with that and taking advantage of everything, including this free code, because today is the last day to redeem this free code. The code is called COOLSUMMER. So make sure you redeem that today. This is the last day to get it, so redeem that free code. And then we also have to talk about the other free code that appeared, which I will also leave in the top pinned comment. I don't know where this code came from. I just don't know the origin story of this code. I was kind of skeptical on making a free code video just because I had no idea what it is, but usually my Discord server people, which by the way, you can join our Discord server, I'm usually the guinea pig to type in free codes, and this doesn't really have much. It just came with a pet, one pet for Pirate 101, and then one pet for Wizard 101, and this is the Guardian Dragon, which is basically just a recolor of the dragon we've had for many years. I mean, the color on it looks absolutely amazing. It's cool, and apparently it's also a exclusive pet as well, meaning that you can only get it from this code. So apparently, if you're a pet collector, you can definitely check it out. I mean, the talents already don't even look that pleasing right off the bat. But yeah, it looks like a pretty cool pet, I like the patterns on it, I just wish it was something, I guess, a little bit more, but it's whatever, I'm not gonna be too nitpicky about it. But yeah, if you're a pet collector, make sure to check it out. And like I said, apparently it is an exclusive pet. Wait, is it? I don't know. It should have an exclusive. I don't know what type of pet it is, man. I don't know. I don't care. Anyway, moving right along, we gotta talk about the update notes, which we're actually gonna read again because there's actually a few things that we kind of missed about it. But this is for obviously today, and we talked about it yesterday. But like I said, talking about it again. So we have the Portal of Peril, the accursed player. Place Ghost Light Goal Tracker and Arrow should now appear. The boss in the second cavern fight of the Fantastic Voyage Gauntlet at player level 150 should now spawn. So I'm not sure if this is confirmation that they actually, tested it out and you know, hopefully there's no more duplication bosses or errors with the Portal Apparel event. This is kind of like one of those broad things, you know. It's just, you know, we're just gonna have to wait and see and find out. I mean, I would imagine that's probably still going to be buggy because they don't test anything, but we'll see what happens. Honestly, we'll see what happens. You know, I don't really have much like high expectations for the Portal of Peril anymore. It is a great place to get random spell mints and retriever tokens and stuff like that, but I don't know. I just kind of wish that the whole duplication of bosses thing would get patched or is patched, because that's really annoying. I was actually doing team ups of that, and people will actually like not join the battle unless they spawn in like 2 or more Deweys, which is the last boss of the gauntlet. Like, they actually won't like join your battle if you somehow only manage to get like 1 boss in it, right? People obviously want 2 Deweys or 3 Deweys so they can get multiple rewards. And that's it. It's so frustrating because I have to flee, come back, use a potion, buy more potion, flee and come back, because these people in team up are trying to get multiple of the bosses, which obviously is not supposed to happen. So it is very frustrating because sometimes I just want to go in the battle. I don't care about this glitch or exploit or whatever. I don't even know what it is anymore. But dude, please, please test the Portal of Peril. Just take time out of your day just to log in and just test it. Please. It literally, I'll do it for you for free. Give me some access code. I don't care. I'll do it for free. But please, just test it. Please. I'm gonna crash out today. Sorry, guys. Anyway, going back to the other combats, and this is a very interesting change, but check this out. Skeleton key bosses no longer level scale the players. Thank you. Thank you. It still never made sense to me in this game why the whole level scaling thing even existed. The game was fine without the whole level scaling nonsense, but ever since then, I've started to slowly not like this game anymore. But now that that's over with, we also have to answer the question, does this mean that if a max level player is playing with a low level player in these skeleton key bosses, does that mean that like they will also get those spell mints or rewards, or will they still just get the infamous participation trophy, right? The level gaining just never made sense to me. It doesn't really benefit anybody for a max level wizard to not get like any low level loot. Like, it just, there's no like, I'm trying to think of like the pros and cons of this. It's mainly the cons. I can't think of like a level-headed thinking like, is this good? Like, I don't know. I would love low level stuff, usually Stitch stuff, especially Stitch gear, but I don't care, man. I just, whatever. I don't know what this means, but it says it as it says it. Skeleton key bosses no longer level scale the players. So, you know, take that with what you will. Take that with what you would. You know, usually in these patch notes, it's kind of like, it's like deciphering. Like, you kind of have to, like, decipher what it means. Like, okay, what does this mean? Okay, what does this note mean? You know? Oh, my goodness. Calm down, Richard. Calm down, man. Lambert Fire and Takanobu the Masterless now drop 3 to 4 Azoth each, which I thought they already did, but I guess they didn't. These bosses will no longer drop Burrower's gear, so do keep that in mind. The rematch for this specific gauntlet or whatever, this boss battle, which I'm not going to pronounce, to reduce randomness, Lion's Polymorph Catnap effects for 2 rounds instead of 1. Rhino Polymorph can no longer hit before the players can react. Fixed a bug with Mintha rematch, giving too many cards after Astraeus and Potamos are defeated with the same spell. Now let's go on to spells, because there are a lot of spell changes that a lot of people had questions about, and that's what we're going to talk about as well. The Deluxe Spell Mental Pack now includes the new lore spells from the Ninjas and Night Lore pack. So if you want to open up the Deluxe Spell Mental Pack, it will now include those lore spells as well. And they also fixed tiers 2, 3, and 4 of the Brave Sir Badger spell to show the aura, because apparently that was bugged, apparently, I don't know. The Blizzard's bottom path now properly allows selected targeting, because apparently that was bugged as well. There's a lot of bugged up stuff, man. Oh my goodness. Conditionals that react to opponents, and this is a very important update. Check this out, y'all. Conditionals that react to opponents' helpful charms, harmful charms, and harmful wards have been updated to meet the instance count of those reacting to helpful wards. So, for example, wards. I know, I suck with my R's. I'm sorry, I've had it since school. I apologize. For example, Skeletal Dragon can now clear up to 7 helpful charms instead of only 5, which is just... that is insane if you're a Death Wizard, or if you have the spell in general. And I'll give you a visual representation of it, because they don't obviously, like, tell you for all the spells. So we're going to go over to Skeletal Dragon right here. It used to just be 5. It used to just be 5, but now it's up to 7. So now it does 730 damage, and, you know, you clear 7 charms for plus 35, you know, Death Blades, which is absolutely awesome if you're trying to, like, combo this, right? Or you can just do the overtime one, which is up at the top path, right? But the bottom path is absolutely busted. I mean, imagine you're just, I don't know, you're playing up against someone, they have a bunch of blades, and then you just wipe them all completely, and then you get a bunch of blades, you know? It's definitely a cool experience, and there's definitely a lot of other spells that have also been affected by this. I wanted to check out Rebirth real quick, because Rebirth bottom path, yeah, it just clears 7, yeah, I figured. I just don't like the bottom path of Rebirth. It's definitely cool to have, because it can remove up to 7 traps for a plus 15 blade, universal blade, which is awesome. But dude, I don't know, man. I really just don't like Rebirth, man, at the bottom path. I like the top path. I think it's awesome, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's like the card limit, or maybe it's just like it can't be enchanted. I just don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'll come back to it in a few months or whatever, but for now, I'm just using top path. I just don't like it. I do like how you can clear more traps, which is awesome, but if we're talking about, like, advanced combat-wise, I rarely even heal in advanced combat, because in advanced combat stuff, especially in raids, you're kind of going up against the clock, and you don't really have time to heal as much. Like, the last time I healed was all the way in, like, the Dragonspire raid, right? You don't really even need to heal at all in the Dragonspire raid. They actually updated the guide, and there's no Jades. Like, there's no Jade tanks whatsoever, so, for Vanguard. So, like, I don't know, man. I just don't know, but maybe we'll come back to that in another time. I think Scarecrow is another death spell that also removes blades, that also had a fine tune. I think it used to remove 5, but now it removes 6, I think. I'm not sure if this one got changed, but yeah, you can check out all these spells for yourself, and which we'll read off in the patch notes. So for balance, it's Spectral Blast, and for also balance, it's King Artorias. For death, it's Wabagong Frenzy, however you pronounce that. Scarecrow, Skeletal Dragon, and then for fire, it's Phantasmania, Fire Dragon, Sun Serpent, and for ice, it is Deathly Depths, Frost Giant, King Artorias, Woolly Mammoth, Star, and then for life, it's Starspawn, Centaur. Wait. Oh god, I totally forgot about Centaur. Wait, does this mean that Centaur spell removes more traps? Or does it decrease? Let me see this. Oh my god, I hope it does. No, it still says 5. I think it's always been 5 or 4. I think previously it was either 4 or 5, or something didn't change. I don't know, but yeah, Centaur is pretty good at removing traps. Definitely lost a lot of runs from Centaur. Going back over this, we already saw Rebirth. And then for Myth, Stone Colossus, King Artorias, and then, yeah, those are basically all the spells that have been kind of, I guess, fine-tuned. So definitely make sure to check all of that out. And again, I really do wish they were more specific about these spell changes. And again, we kind of go into that thing where we kind of have to, like, decipher ourselves and have to, like, look in-game ourselves and, you know, check it out, you know. But, yeah, have fun with that. Crafting and reagents. They removed the red mandrake requirement from crafting quests prior to Zephyria, which is awesome. Flax reagent can now be harvested with pet adventure talents. The Sporecat reagent is now tradable through the shared bank. Various recipes / pin bugs resolved. The Mason, the Guild, Housing Crafter has new recipes from past Scroll of Fortunes, which is really nice. And then for advanced combat, we are the, advanced content, whatever you want to call it. The Polaris raid boss respawn delay changed from 2 to 3, so that's awesome. Hopefully a lot more guilds get more wins. Raid reagents should now work as expected. Apparently that wasn't working. Okay, the following treasure cards are now banned from advanced content. Black Widow, Frostbite, Poison, Drain spells, and this is the biggest one out of this entire patch, because I know y'all Death Wizards were in the comments like, oh, death is broken, like this change sucks. And you're gonna definitely pay attention to this, because this is big, especially if you're a PvP player. But check this out. Drain spells now receive a 25% damage reduction in PvP matches. The new damage value will display on the card once it is in your hand. This change applies to all combatants. This change will be introduced in PvP matches, so PvP matches only, and will be extended to all, and I mean all, advanced content in a later update. So yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I would imagine that it's probably a bad thing, but I don't know. You guys can make that information with what you will, because I personally don't PvP, and I don't really use death spells, and I don't care much for advanced content as much. So take that information with what you will and have fun with that. The Fearsome Marauder gear is now only available through crafting. Okay. Fearsome Marauder gear recipes now accept any silver and gold medal, which is nice. Okay, interesting. So I think this one also had a lot of people worried. Fearsome Marauder gear is now only available through crafting. I mean, was it able to be dropped? Like, was it a dropped item? Like, I don't know what that means, but yeah, take that information with what you will. You can decipher it yourself. I'm not a PvP guy. I don't know. And then we have a few little, like, tweaks here and there. Crown Shop stuck issue with elixirs resolved. Pets moved from share bank to bank no longer appear in the backpack. Backpack butler should no longer switch to all tabs randomly. Radial menu should now open properly in houses for other visitors. Badge leaderboard tweaks and some name/icon fixes. Gwyn Wilkesberg has found her voice in her final quest. The goal added proper spacing to custom deck names, which is also nice. Several other UI informational tweaks. Vestment of Enthusiasm now shows the correct visuals for girls, and that is your July 31st, 2024 patch notes. So yeah, it is a very interesting patch notes, if I do say so myself. Definitely the thing that draws me in is the whole skeleton key thing that doesn't level scale you, which is gonna feel so awesome, because I'm tired of being level scaled. It's just obnoxious. But I am also concerned, like, are we still gonna get the loot, or is it still gonna be like the level gated thing where you get a participation trophy, like, oh, you helped, like, oh, that's so motivational, let me not do this with low levels anymore. And it's like, and again, I'm trying to figure out the pros and cons of, like, why the whole level gating feature exists. Because if anything, it just kind of, like, decreases the chances of higher levels helping out low levels. You know, it's kind of like a split separation, which I don't know, just doesn't make sense to me. They did the same thing with the whole team up kiosk thing, where you go into the team up and then they changed it like, oh, if you're a high level, you won't see that many team ups for like, you know, the lower level stuff. And I'm like, okay, like, what's the point of that? I don't like what is that supposed like what is that supposed to accomplish? Like what what is the benefit of doing that? I don't know, man. It's just I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just it's all confused. When you've been playing this game for 10 plus years, these are the things you don't even question anymore because you just kind of live with it. But pretty good patch notes. We'll see what happens in the future years, but for now, take that information with what you will and have fun with that. So, okay. Let's have happy thoughts. The Divin plushie is doing great. It's already 60% funded. And remember, you have plenty of time to purchase this. So make sure to check out the Divin plush because I know everybody's been talking about it. So make sure you have fun with that. And then if you want some merchandise, you can always go to the King's Isle store. They have plenty of stuff from hoodies, cups, hats, and tote bags. Make sure to check all of that fun stuff out. And then for the 50 billionth reminder, the Ravenwood Academy, a Wizard101 story game, is available on Steam. You can add it to your wish list to basically get the latest reminders of it. It's basically a single player Wizard101 game, which absolutely looks stunning. The visuals look amazing. So like I said, check it out and have fun with that. And then over here, a reminder that the Spiral Showcase event is active. It's going to be active all the way through August 5th. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Sadly, we do not have another event because they used to do like the whole double event thing. But sadly, it's just the Spiral Showcase event for now. So again, make sure to check all of that out. And then that finally wraps it up for all of the news. It was a long news day, but I wanted to kind of talk about the patch notes and stuff like that. And honestly, pretty good patch notes, especially the spells and stuff like that. But, you know, I know it can become very obnoxious when they're always updating the spells or they're always updating the damage values and stuff like that. And you kind of have to, like, you know, decipher yourself, okay, what changed. Especially, I honestly feel bad for people that do like the wiki and stuff like that because they have to continuously update the guides and information over and over and over and over and over again. It becomes very exhausting. So I feel bad for them, especially because they have to keep updating the information periodically over the time. You know, it just becomes very exhausting. So yeah, we'll see what happens, especially for the drain spell, like damage reduction. I'm not sure how players are gonna feel about that, but it seems like this patch notes has a lot of like raised eyebrows because not many people just, I guess, either aren't feeling it or they just don't know the information, which I'm kind of both. Like, I'm not feeling some of these stuff, but I also don't even know like half of what's going on. They said something about spell changing, and I'm like, huh? As long as I can still cast the spell, that's fine. But until then, I will see you guys later. That pretty much wraps it up for the entire video. And yeah, I will see you guys later. And if there's any other news that's happening, I will be sure to let you guys know. Make sure to check out my social medias and stuff like that. I'm always tweeting random stuff. But yeah, until then, I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful day and peace out.